All right, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome back to Daytona Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Alan Slaughterzinski, Chase Alexander, and Caleb Brown with you. I got to tell you something. I've been coming here for 5 years, and never in all of my life have I ever heard these speakers turned all the way up to 10, ridiculously loud here today. But anyway, we've got the Rockledge Raiders doing Battle 14U and the St. Pete Little Devils, who, Chase, are off to quite a start here today.
Yeah, they've gone 2 for 2 on the day. They've dominated 6U. They dominated 8U. They just seem to have that kind of X factor I was saying earlier in the broadcast. Just that X factor that separates themselves from the other team. But I think they're well matched here with Rockledge today.
And they look like they got an offensive line here that is huge, but Rockledge has got some speed, so we'll see how this plays out. High snap, quarterback keeps, big hole. Still on his feet. That's a gain of 13 yards, 14, 15, 16 yards on play one into Rockledge territory. A gain of 18 yards and a St. Pete first down.
Yeah, that kind of run sets the tone for the rest of the game. You see your quarterback lowering his shoulder and his whole line, pushing him down the whole field almost. 20-yard gain. Just great way to start the game if you're St. Pete.
Rockledge right there getting a hand on him with what I like to call a, I don't know what you would call that, an arm tackle, shoulder tackle. In there was Raheem Cutter. And it's 1st and 10 at the Rockledge 42. And I cannot see the number of the quarterback, so if either of your two younger eyes can tell me who that quarterback is, I'd greatly appreciate it.
His jersey's rolled out. I think it's 0, I believe.
If it's 0, it is said Jay Green. Ball hits the ground. Ball's out again. Rockledge has it. Wow. The Raiders have recovered the football, and a big mistake by St. Pete and Xavier Corbin on the recovery.
And
where have we heard that name before?
Yeah, we have. And here I am setting the tone for St. Pete. Rockledge comes out. They say, I don't care. They're going to force a turnover. They're going to set their offense up with great field position here.
That play was doomed from the start. The ball hit the ground initially. He picked it up. He never gained full control before Corbin got in there, hit him, knocked the ball loose again, and forced the fumble. All right, the Raiders will take over for the first time offensively, and this will be my man right here. Love watching this guy play, Troy Silverzon. Rockledge is going to start off 2-by-2, and now a man in motion, fakes the jet, Silverzon throws. That's a Butte Clark. He was held and still caught the ball down to the 20, and the Raiders have a big first play of their own, Chase.
Yeah, what a diving catch. My goodness, laying out full body extension, and what a throw there, trusting his receiver to go get that ball for him.
Silverzon lays it out there like he's done all year, and I want to say that looked like number 6 on the catch, Xavier Floyd. Near the ball is nearly in the Gamers' red zone. Big hole, up the gut, inside. Corbin still on his feet. Touchdown! Oh, no. What? Come on. He got in. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
I mean, that effort, that extension, you got to give him the touchdown on that one.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What a run by Corbin, and they don't give it to him? If you're,
that's the half-inch line. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, they're going to back. There is no way he was down at the 2-yard line. Anyway, 1st and goal inside the Gamers are us red zone. And the Raiders are driving here. Little flip to number 4. There's the touchdown. And the Raiders.
It's just too easy there. Just a fake flip. And it got me. I thought he handed it off the middle and then flipped it out.
Looks like it was Jaquez Roll on the touchdown. And with 7:51 to play in the opening quarter, pot. Points off turnovers, and the Raiders take a 6-0 lead. Or no, you know what? They did give Corbin the touchdown.
Yeah, because they would have gone for the extra point.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I believe it was.
I screwed that up.
I thought they marked him down at
I can't hear a word. I can't hear a word. Is there any way you can turn this up? This is ridiculous. No, not the microphone. The earpiece.
How about now? You want to switch headsets?
No, I got you now.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you through my headset.
Okay.
So Corbin does get the touchdown, and then the extra point, and now it's 7-0 Raiders. But they didn't signal touchdown.
Yeah, no, they marked it down at the 2, I thought.
Yeah, they never put their hands.
They confused themselves.
Yeah, in the air for a touchdown. They said it to each other, but, they forget we're 12 stories up in the air.
Yeah.
We can't hear them. We can't hear anything.
I don't know what happened on the kickoff.
Yeah,
I think they might have tried an onside kick with the way their field position is.
And completely missed it. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Rockledge 45. Quarterback drops back. He's in trouble. That's going to be a hold. So this is coming back. And for good measure, he'll be hit and stopped. But a likely hold call. At least that's where that flag is, in the vicinity of. And indeed, that's what it'll be. On the tackle was Aiden Contreras.
Yeah, and against this defense, we've already seen the quickness to keep up with the quarterback on that one. You see the defensive ends are keeping up and pursuing that quarterback all the way down. So the relentlessness of this defense is already showing up.
Did you check the audio? We're good? Okay. So now it'll be 1st and 20 for St. Pete. See if I can't get a good beat on this young man. Well, you got to turn the binoculars around there, Alan. This is a wild-looking little pistol formation here. It is 0. And that's a give, and he's going to go nowhere as the man that scored the touchdown for Rockledge, Xavier Corbin, makes the tackle there.
Yeah, right when he was hit, there's 8 Raiders at the football at all times. I mean, the way they swarm the football is pretty impressive, especially to start the game. A lot of times you see a team come out slow, but they're coming out with all the firepower they got right now.
Yeah, it's surprising considering what they were able to pick up on 1st down. It's almost as if that fumble from St. Pete has completely flipped the script of this football game, and now they're scrambling to get back to St. Pete mode.
Yeah.
2nd down and 17 for the Little Devils. I can't call 14U team Little Devils. I get it, but I just, you know what I mean, for St. Pete. Oh, yeah, it's a false start. Quarterback that time, Chase, I don't know if you saw him, but on the hard count, he shrugged his shoulders, and he forced his left tackle to jump.
Yeah. So, that's a tough call on the quarterback because obviously the left tackle move, the quarterback is always going to kind of joke his shoulders a little bit.
Yeah.
But that time was a little more obvious than usual, and it made his left tackle move more.
Yeah, sure did. 2nd down and 22 now for St. Pete. And we're going to get a different quarterback snap in there. And that was wow, I want to talk about that formation. And Rockledge, the Raiders, swarm to the football in there on the stop for Rockledge. That time, Jaquez Roll. And now it's 3rd down after a loss of 2 and 24. And that time, Chase, they snapped the ball to the slot receiver.
Yeah, that time was direct snap to number 4, Trayvon Davis. And Davis really had no room just try to get to the outside to try to find something, but really no blocking in front of them.
You're not going to run east and west on either of these two teams. There's too much speed there. You're going to have to try to get something up front. We saw it last night at the Cocoa game where there's so much speed on the outside, you're not going to get around the corners on them. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to start pulling linemen.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sanjay Green again. He's going to turn, look. He's got nobody open, and he's in trouble, and he gets out of trouble, and that was pretty. But he's got too far to go.
That's should have been a coverage sack, but good elusiveness by him to escape that.
Yeah, that's a good little spin move there. He's going to pick up 10 yards, and it's now going to be 4th and 15 there. On the stop for the Raiders was Xavier Floyd, who came up from the defensive back position to make the tackle. I don't know that like I said, if I'm St. Pete, I'm at least going to talk about this with 4:44 to go in the opening quarter, because you don't make this, and 15 yards ain't like it's inches.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're putting the Rockledge Raiders 1st and 10, and the ball may technically be on the 50, but the nose side is on St. Pete's side. We want to thank Gamers R Us for their sponsorship of not just today and tomorrow, but we also want to thank them for their sponsorship of FHSAA high school football back in Brevard County. They stepped up to sponsor the Cocoa Tigers and the South Sumter Raiders last night, and they'll be sponsoring the Cocoa Tigers and the Booker Tornadoes. Now, don't get it confused. The Booker Tornadoes is not Booker T. I made that mistake a couple of years ago in a basketball game, and finally somebody corrected me 3 quarters into the game. 4th and 15 is the music players again. And they will indeed look like they will punt. Xavier Corbin is back deep for Rockledge.
You got to be careful punting to this guy.
Yeah.
You got to punt it to the sideline.
You got to be careful every time this guy's got the ball in his hand. And that's a beaut. What a punt. Corbin at the 20. Probably should have fair caught that. But I tell you what, Chase, for a 14-year-old, that's a great punt.
And a great coverage, too. There was multiple St. Pete Devils in there to make that tackle on Corbin, because one guy's not just going to tackle him, and we just saw that.
That's a 42-yard punt from a 14-year-old on a perfect spiral. He nearly kicked the ball as high as we are. I don't even know an NFLer could do that.
Hey, don't worry. They gave a flag football earlier, 40-yard punt. Their simulated punt went 40 yards.
For flag.
So,
home of Bethune-Cookman, the Mainland Buccaneers. Congratulations to the Mainland Buccaneers, who for the 2nd consecutive year are in the 3S Final Four. Rockledge takes over 1st and 10 at their own 15. Silver's on, and we got false start on Rockledge. I didn't see who.
Yeah, it looked like the defense jumped, not Rockledge, but.
And now it'll be 1st and 15, so the Raiders will play behind the sticks here on 1st down. And let's see if St. Pete has flipped the football field and can stop them. Now, last year, a little story I'll tell you here in a minute about Xavier Corbin in this game last year. And a jet sweep here. Oh, what a block, too, by Corbin. But, again, you know, and that's the quarterback out there making the stop as Sanjay Green puts the brakes on Jaquez Roll. And listen, again, it's no different for St. Pete. You're not going to run east and west on them, and you saw it right there. And then they pick up 4, brings up 2nd and 11. That's a tough 4-yard roll right there.
Yeah, and the speed, late flag.
That's gonna be on the Rockledge sidelines, and I hate to see that with 4:20 to play in the first quarter. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct, and that is going to back them up a half the distance. So now it's going to be 2nd down, and I don't know, about 17.
Just can't afford that at the Super Bowl, especially against a team like St. Pete. I know you got the lead, but just a team like St. Pete and the skill that they have.
I don't even know what he could be complaining about.
I think maybe a little like after he went out of bounds, maybe a push after that that's maybe something.
Yeah, these are 14-year-olds. That's going to happen. Roll in. No, it's not roll in motion. The give this time, and Corbin is stacked up. He's still on his feet. They're going to mark him down at the 1. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 22 from about as far deep in your own end as you could possibly get.
Yeah, and there was all but 3 Devils back there to try to wrap up Corbin.
Interesting here, Chase, that you got 2 teams that are as explosive offensively as these 2 teams are, and yet it's the defense right now turning tides for these teams. It might be time for one of them Silvers on passes here. 3rd down and about 20. Silvers on from his own end zone. There it is. And he's going to call incidental contact. And the intended receiver was Jaquez Rowe. And now it's 4th and 20, and they've got no choice but to punt. And that's exactly what St. Pete has done. They have flipped the field.
Yeah, and backed up in your own end zone here, you got to be careful with that block punt ability because we've seen the speed on the edges and the linebackers of this Devils defense so far.
Wow. But I definitely like the tone setting of both of these defenses at this point.
It's just the athleticism, and you can see it on the field. It's pretty much every position, including the big man down low.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if this was a touchdown right here on this return. I mean, that's a good punt by Silverzon. I'll tell you what, 2 great punts by 2 great athletes, and Silverzon gets the ball out to the 38-yard line. That's a 40-yard punt from basically where he was kicking from.
Like you were saying, that could have been a touchdown because they're returning from the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
And he kicked it away from everybody and out of bounds.
He touches that ball before he's even touched. He's at the 20. So back with it is going to be the young man that I'm sure we're going to see some great plays from him today, Sanjay Green. St. Pete looking to go 4-3 here today. Rockledge looking to win their only Super Bowl appearance this year. And now they're going to be in like a wishbone formation with Green under center. I love this formation if it's run right. And the 2 lead blockers in front. And there you go.
That's exactly how you run it.
Yep. And let me tell you something. Somebody on this sideline for St. Pete has recognized we got to stop trying to run around these guys.
Yeah, you just got to try to run through them. And that's exactly what they did. Put 2 up backs in there. Let them lead the way. Let your offensive line handle the big guys and let them handle the second level.
Yep. And they pick up 5 yards. 5 times 2 is what, Chase?
10.
All day long. 2nd, and actually he picks up 6, so it's 2nd and 4, and a wishbone again. And then you could set them up for something outside by continuously running this. Green turns, same play, tripped over the 35-yard line.
Now you see that time he didn't follow his blockers at all. He ran straight into the head.
He did.
Into the nose of that defense.
Yep, and his blockers cut a little left on him there, and I would imagine that that's where he was supposed to go. But he trips over the 35 anyway, falls forward, and sets up a 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 3, short 4. And St. Pete obviously in 4-down territory here.
Yep.
They'll set it up again with a wishbone formation. Green takes a peek, under center, turns, gives to the up back, big hole in the front. Great play. What a play. Gain of 11. 1st down, St. Pete.
Just too strong in there. The arm tackles aren't going to tackle a guy like that. Quick 11 yards, and that sets him up just outside the red zone.
I can't tell from up here, Chase, if it's a wishbone or an offset power eye type of a formation.
I think it's a wishbone. It's just spread. It's like a spread out wishbone type of offense.
Let me grab the Knox here. Now they won't run it. No, they do.
Oh, now they're going in the eye.
Yeah, now it's a power eye, right? Yep. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's an offset power eye, and the give is to the deep back. And he gets outside, cuts back. They lose the ball. I kept waiting for him to cut back. He didn't, but he picks up 15 yards, and he's got another St. Pete first down well inside the Gamers R Us red zone. The worst kind of first and goal situation if you're an offense, first and goal from the 10. As a former quarterback, Chase, I hated first and goals from the 10.
Yeah, it's a tough position, but as a former lineman, if you're running the ball like that in that wishbone, I want you to keep going to my side, especially if you think you can dominate your guy. In this wishbone type of offense, you really have to focus on that defensive line. Those upbacks focus on those backers. So you're focused on the one guy, not going to the second level.
And the offset eye, Green under center, turns, gives, follows his blockers that time, and easy peasy lemon squeezy when you do that. And he'll pick up another 5 yards, second and goal from the 5. And I love this drive from St. Pete with 34 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, 9 guys in the box for Rockledge on that play. It didn't matter. Still picked up 5 yards. So now you're sticking at 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal. And just go right back to it. Keep feeding that same well.
Yeah, I don't change anything here. I Nebraska them to death right here. 9 seconds to go. Final play of the first quarter. Straight up the gut. Touchdown, St. Pete. And on the final play of the first quarter, the St. Pete Little Devils pulled it within 1.
Yeah, that time, Gian Jones just lowered his shoulder, and that linebacker was not ready for that one.
No, he wasn't. That's big boy football right there. And a great drive by St. Pete.
Yeah, ate up, I think, about like 4 or 5 minutes of clock on that drive alone.
So we'll get the untimed. Obviously, they don't run the clock on the conversion, so the conversion's coming up. Want to thank the president today, Shatina Brown. Boy, they always take care of us. The MFFCC, thank you all so much. Here's the conversion try. And, I mean, I don't know why you got to take a timeout on the conversion.
Yeah, that's just a waste of a timeout.
It is. That's not great clock management there, but maybe.
You had that whole time after the touchdown to discuss this play.
Yeah.
It's just. And then why are you thinking? Why are you not just running the same?
Yeah, I mean, you're set up in the same, offset eye. Run it again. Just keep running it. All right, as when this play ends, good or bad, we will mute it, step aside, and then we'll be back with the second quarter here on the Brevard Sports Network. Thank you all for joining us here today. Appreciate you all. Holy smokes, 221 live viewers.
This morning we had up to 400 on the flag.
Holy smokes.
It was pretty
no
impressive.
Wonder I kept getting messages. Are you all there yet? Are you there? Man, that was terrible this morning, that accident.
Yeah.
You could still smell the fire. It was crazy. Not first, but conversion try on the point. Who scored that touchdown for St. Pete?
That was number 1, Gian Jones.
All right. So Jayon Jones with a touchdown. And here we go on the try. Now they go into the gun for some reason. We'll see what happens here. And it's good.
Nice.
And
that time they pulled the tackle, little train concept, and they got in there. And great job of following your block.
Still the same thing, up the middle, and it works out either way. All right, that's the end of the first quarter. All tied at 7. Oh, look at this. All the way down to the 40. And we're working on fixing the score here. Caleb did not give you your conversion, but he is now. So it is 7-7 is the score. And Rockledge on a great return will take over 1st and 10 at the St. Pete 39. We got, about 400 videographers down there on the field.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. That's a new trend now. You gotta get
You ain't kidding, man.
Gotta get your personal one. That's
yeah.
That's the new thing.
1st and 10 at the 39. Silver's on in the gun. We'll see if Rockledge changes anything here like St. Pete, and they do. And it's Corbin who goes inside, outside. Corbin all the way down to the 29. He'll have 9 yards on 1st down, and they did. They went inside out that time instead of out.
And that feet, that elusiveness is just kind of next level ability. The way that he just jump cuts and swishes around the defense is pretty incredible.
He didn't stop on a dime right there. He stopped on a pinhead.
Yeah.
Of course, Xavier Corbin, the brother of New York Giant running back Jayshon Corbin, whom I'm absolutely certain is watching here today. 2nd and 1. This opens up the playbook here. I would take a shot. And they do. And he lets it go. And, that was a great. It wouldn't have counted because he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. Just a tiny bit underthrown. I mean, not much to complain about it. He's 14 years old.
Yeah, that wind is whipping around down there on the field. He put it right in his hands, though. It ended up in his hands. But you're right, he had to slow down a little bit. And, again, it wouldn't have counted because he stepped out to come back in.
He responded.
Oh, did he? Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, now here you're just going to go back to Corbin right up the middle. I don't see why not.
Yeah, you got 2 downs to do it, that's for sure. I just really started covering Brevard County sports as Jayshon was at Holy Trinity. So I didn't get to see him play youth football. Oh, look at this move. Inside, up the middle, at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Xavier Corbin, the X-Man, strikes. 3 plays in to the 2nd quarter, and Rockledge takes a 13-7 lead.
Just like you said, just stopping on the pinhead. Just the stop, put your foot in the ground, get around that linebacker, and the acceleration after the stop is kind of the most important part, which gets him into the end zone here, outrunning that deep safety.
You're absolutely right. The way he stops and starts is absolutely incredible. And now Rockledge will try for the extra point here. And every play that time came between the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Silver's on under center this time. Little jet sweep here, and no, that's not going to work.
It's too cute.
Yeah, well, and it just takes too long to develop. But with 8:51 to play in the second, Rockledge takes a 6-point 13-7 lead. Back with the kickoff in a moment. All right, welcome back here, and Xavier Corbin touchdown. I like to call him Agent Zero. That's what I like to call him, Agent 02.
He's got some good X-Men, Agent Zero.
Zero, yeah, he's got it all, right? But last year in this football game, that young man was unjustly tossed. Remember that, Caleb?
Yep.
And I tell you, it was a crying shame they threw him out of that football game last year. Rockledge would hang on to win it and win the championship. But what a joke of a call!
They were on set to run the clock on.
Yeah, they were getting ready to run the clock, and that is look at this run back. PAHOKEE, not PAHOKEE, St. Pete. St. Pete has been outstanding. I'm going to get crushed here in a minute. St. Pete has been outstanding on these kick returns today. And there's another one. And not only that, but at this level, inevitably, you see a flag on. I mean, that's the third return they've had that's been outstanding like that. And punt as well. Mm-hmm. And inevitably, you see a flag, nothing. A well-disciplined special teams unit.
And you also just see the vision from that's a multiple runner. That's a runner that we haven't heard of today. And it's just the vision that they have as a ball carrier is it's just credit to the coaching for giving them vision and player instincts as well.
I mean, that's just great. That's just great. 1st and 10 at the 30. Don't crush me for saying PAHOKEE. I was thinking about who Rockledge was playing last year when that happened, and I thought it was PAHOKEE. Look, he tries to get to the outside, stiff arm, and in there on the stop is number 15 for Rockledge, Aiden Contreras. Who's that ball carrier?
Jones. Yeah, but it kind of like an awkward kind of handoff there again. It's happened twice already. He controlled it, but just you get that. Those are the little things you can't afford in a game like this.
Yeah, you can't put the ball on the turf because Rockledge will make you pay, and so will St. Pete. He picks up 5. That's the good news. 2nd and 5 at the Raider 25. Looks like we got us a good one here today. The man split wide to the right is Darian Huff, number 22. Single coverage on them. 2 guys to the near side, 2-by-1 set in motion. Little flip on the jet, and Rockledge eats it alive to this point. He needs blockers. Look at that swarming everywhere. Somehow that young man manages to get back to or near the line of scrimmage. That's just a nice little run there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing, but he could have been back here at the 40.
Yeah, it could have been a loss of 10. Instead, it's a loss of 2. So
yeah. The number on that young man there, was that Jones again?
No, that was, I believe it was number 2.
Yes, number 2. He's had him a good game so far, too. That's Jai Hitchcock. And Jai, they got more than a 3-headed monster back there in that backfield, Chase.
And that's how you compete at this level. You can't just rely on one guy with teams like this. You got to have multiple weapons for you.
Yep. Nobody in the backfield. That's a false start. Didn't get called. Green gets outside, and that's a good tackle. Nice job over there by number 14 that time. That's Raheem Cutter for Rockledge. And now it's 4th and 10. Obvious go-for situation.
Yeah, and you just see the speed, and I believe Cutter's playing linebacker if I'm not mistaken. But just the speed of him to get over there and make that tackle.
And this time, for some reason, PAHOKEE is elected to once again try the east and west route instead of the north and south route of PAHOKEE. I did it again. St. Pete has tried to run the east and west route instead of the north and south route.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to go north here. There's no way around it. They don't want to go down 2 scores here, so you got to try to get this first down and keep Rockledge away from the ball because they're just going to keep going back to Corbin.
Yeah, take this away from me before I keep doing that. 4th and 10. Green drops back. St. Pete needs 10. He's in trouble, gets out of it, cuts back. Look at this young man go. Oh, they ripped him by the face mask. Is that not a penalty?
Well, that's a penalty. It's got to be after the play.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a foolish play. I thought they had a face mask here. No flag. I guess they didn't grab it. But they do throw the flag on the out of bounds. This will be 15 yards and a St. Pete first down, Chase.
Yeah, and it's going to be just out, I believe. Probably inside the 10-yard line here. So
Yeah, this is not half the distance because you're at the.
I don't know why they didn't. They went away from that wishbone offense.
I don't know.
They had the 2nd and 5, and then they went to elect to that little jet sweep.
Oh, they're going to pick the flag up. Wow. And Rockledge is going to get the football.
Huh.
That is incredible to me.
That's. How can you pick it up?
If you're Rockledge, you obviously take it, right?
Yeah.
But if that wasn't a face mask, then it had to be a horse collar, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that young man, they spun that young man around. I mean, his whole neck came around and on his body.
I mean, for them to pick up that flag, that's a little tough.
On the out-of-bounds one, for sure.
Yeah, you don't have instant replay. You can't – if you throw the flag like that, on a play like that.
St. Pete, I think, got jobbed on that call. 1st and 10 for Rockledge now. 2-by-2 set. Corbin in the backfield with Silvers on. Wow. I can't believe they picked that flag up.
They call it timeout?
Not sure what they called. Looks like it quit.
He just ran off to the sideline.
Timeout Rockledge. I think Silvers on's got an equipment issue, so instead of taking a delay a game, they take a timeout.
Okay.
So the first really big break of the game there goes to Rockledge because if they don't pick that flag up, that's 1st and goal at the 7.
Yeah, and you're trailing as well. So if Rockledge can put a score here, they're sitting really good.
What's PAHOKEE called?
Blue Devils.
That's why I keep screwing it up.
Oh, how do you think it was for us last game? Blue Devils and Little Devils.
Yeah.
I would not have wanted to do the last game. God bless you guys, man. I would have justifiably been killed in that one.
As if you're not already.
You're right, as if I'm not getting crushed already. This idiot. 1st and 10. Good jump off the line. This is Corbin. Look at Corbin. Stiff arming all the way out.
My goodness.
I mean, good luck. Corbin to the 50.
The speed, but just the balance and the
And the
ability
power.
to pinball off defenders and keep going forward while you're doing that.
All 3 of them. Balance, speed, and power.
And it was a low snap. And good job by the quarterback to corral it. It was at his feet.
And 2 defenders were right there in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who we got up next, Caleb?
Lakewood Spartans and the Ormond Pride of 10U.
Okay. Little flip jet. And nowhere to go. That play has not worked for either team here today, and it doesn't work again. And in at quarterback right now for the Raiders is Jamal Crittington. And the ball, they'll pick up 1, which puts us at the St. Pete 49. 5:14 to play in the first half. Rockledge on top, 13-7, and Silverzon is back in the game. Rockledge in their white uniforms with the red helmets. St. Pete in their black uniforms with black helmets. Got a couple of white helmets out there.
Those Rockledge uniforms, you can't get much better than that.
You like that, huh?
All white and the red and blue.
Yeah, you can see those numbers really good.
Yep.
Little delay, and Corbin breaks another tackle. He's got the first down. He's gone. At the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! X-Man, Xavier Corbin, 49 yards, 20-7. Rockledge on top. What a run. Did you see the delay at the start?
Even on the delayed handoff, he took it to the house 50 yards. I mean, that's just –
He stopped. He literally stopped.
that's just unbelievable talent, unbelievable skill. Just not much you can say. If you're St. Pete, what can you really do at that point?
Tackle him.
They didn't even get in front of him. They couldn't even get in front of him. They got a hand on him, and that's it.
I mean, that is, I mean, and they were right there. I mean, he literally stopped. He didn't cut. He stopped.
I thought they were going to fumble the handoff because the
It
quarterback
looked
was so
like it.
hesitant
Yeah, it
and-
was really delayed. Silver's on. And he's going to look to throw here. Nobody open. And somehow, some way, Jaquez Rowe comes up with that football. And with 4:35, I mean,
Silverson has to have the best position right now. Just throw it up to your guy. You know he's going to make it, or let me hand it off.
Jaquez Rowe was behind the DB. He ran around him, in front of him, and caught the ball. 4:35 to play in the half. 20-7 Rockledge. Welcome back here. Now, Chase, the thing for me, if you're St. Pete, is get back in that offset power eye, wishbone, whatever. But get back in there, and the best way to keep Rockledge off the field is a sustained drive back down it.
Yeah, and you still have plenty of time. There's 4.5 minutes left in the first half. So
Yeah.
why not stick with that? I'm not sure why they went away with it on that last drive, which resulted in a turnover on down. So I don't see why they wouldn't go right back to it, but you never know.
Yep. St. Pete here, a little chip kick, and that he touched it, and that goes out of bounds. So that's where St. Pete's going to get the football. Had he not touched it, there would have been a penalty. I guess it wouldn't have been much of a difference because they get the ball at the 42 as well. It's 40, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you're St. Pete here, you've got to give your defense a break. Okay. And B, you drove beautifully down the field on your only touchdown using that power eye, offset eye. Go back to it.
Yeah, and, I think they want to try other things. They're antsy to score quick, and that's not what you need right now. You need a touchdown, and I think the coaches are definitely smart enough to realize that.
Yeah, and that's a great point about being antsy and wanting to score quick, because what they're trying to do is match that quick strike capability of X-Man, and what he's done on 2 runs doesn't always work out that way. 1st and 10 now for St. Pete. And I tell you what, if you know and have seen this young man, Sanjay Green, play, you know he's just as capable of making a big play. And there's the offset eye, and there's the give, and there you go. There's 8 yards, Chase.
Just slipping tackles, too. And the offensive lineman cleared a great hole. It made it one-on-one. I think the upback maybe went the other way of the upbacks, but it didn't matter because he slipped 2 tackles and got 8 yards. So
that's a nice run. Like number 11 carrying the ball that time. If that is indeed the case, that'd be Braylon Johnson on the run. And now it's 2nd down and 1. And this opens up the playbook a little bit, but I wouldn't deviate to anything else other than what you've been doing with this formation. 3:51 to play here. Rockledge looks like they could be in the neutral zone there. We'll see. We're a little high up, and Rockledge eats it alive that time, but they get forward, and that's a 1st down, so you get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they ran into each other, and he still got the 1st down. I don't know how that's not a 1st down.
Well, first of all, the official just marked the ball on the 49 and picked it up and put it back on the 50. So I guess the spot, he's doing one of these things with his hands.
Yeah.
That's about 4 inches apart. So it's 3rd and inches. 3:15 to go. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. Green, that is definitely an offset eye. And they give to the up back this time. And he dropped the ball. Does Rockledge have it? No. St. Pete gets it back. He just dropped the football.
Lucky bounce. It bounced right back up into his chest.
Yes, it did.
And for him to fall on it, just very fortunate there. And did you see? I mean, that's great acceleration from that up back position. It seemed like he just took off pretty fast there with power.
Yeah, he did. He nearly broke that. That's Jayon Jones on the carry. And it's 1st and 10 at the Rockledge 43. Same formation, other side. And that will go nowhere. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and they try to do a little something different there out of that same formation, but just couldn't execute, and he would have been tackled for a loss anyways.
I think if you're going to try something out of that particular formation with the success you're having running the ball up the middle, play action is what it needs to be.
Yep.
And you need to take that shot down the field off of that play action. A quick out to the wide receiver, maybe go get a wheel route or something here. Send one of those backs out of the backfield down the middle and try and hit him down the seam. But that's not the play to throw the ball out of that formation.
Yeah, and it was just too early.
Yeah.
And they're going to say it was backward pass. So.
Yeah, they are. They called it a lateral, so it's 2nd and 13. Good point, Chase. Green brings them out of the huddle, and now they'll go back to the shotgun formation with 2 backs to his left. An offset pistol here, and he'll follow his blockers. That's a hold right out of the gate, and that'll back him up 10 more yards.
So now look at that. Now you're kind of forced to throw the ball here. If you get backed up 10 yards into a 2nd and it would be 22. So.
There's a clear hold on the left guard. He tackled the DT on that one, or grabbed him and was trying to tackle him. So that'll back him up 10, and it'll be 2nd down and 23.
I think they whistled that they declined it.
Okay.
No,
they're marking it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it still is a spot foul in youth football. It's no longer a spot foul in high school. They need to change that rule in youth, too. It needs to be from the line of scrimmage.
I think it should be from the ball. That's just my opinion.
And high snap, quarterback rolls. He's in trouble. He lets it loose. Nice pitch and catch. And they'll pick up probably 10 of those yards. That was a nice little pitch and catch there. The pass is complete to Trayvon Davis. And that'll be an injury timeout on the field for Rockledge. And it's 1:53 to go. And there is Georgina Corbin coming out on the field, as well as the training staff of the Raiders. This looks like a cramp. They're just going to pull him up.
Yeah, he grabbed his arm.
Yeah, that's Xavier Corbin. And he's going to, off he comes.
I told you not to eat that extra piece of turkey.
Stay off of the candy. How do you tell a 14-year-old that, right?
It's tough when you're sitting here for a long day. You got nothing to try to
look at you two. You got 400 Jolly Ranchers in front of you.
You brought these up here, all right? We didn't have these before you came up here.
But we also did thank him for it.
Third down and 13 for St. Pete. And it'll be trips bunched to the far side. 3-by-1 set. Good snap to Green. He's in trouble again. Trying to run for it. And he will at least have 4th and inside the sticks to go here, Chase.
Now, you see that interior offensive line, they just kind of let their guys run past, but then they ran backwards. If you see a guy, your quarterback, trying to escape, look forward. Like he's trying he's past those guys. You've seen that. Turn around and block the guys in front of him so he can get more yards.
Yep, timeout. That's a great point. Timeout, St. Pete. Yeah, help him out a little bit. I'm not going to say this is a must-score drive for St. Pete, but that meter's certainly clicking that way. Because unless at halftime the adjustment you make is to bring on Patrick Queen or Roquan Smith to stop Xavier Corbin.
Why naming Ravens linebackers?
Well, because that's my favorite team. And quite honestly, I was trying to name somebody else, and I just couldn't think of anybody else.
Chase, I thought I taught you better.
I'll give you Patrick Queen. I shouldn't have mentioned him, but Roquan Smith is definitely worth the Smith.
That's a solid mention.
Yeah, Roquan's definitely a solid mention. So this is 4th and 9, and right now, Sanjay Green is trying to do it all himself here.
Yeah, and Rockledge gets ball at half, too. Remember,
Yeah.
St. Pete started with the ball and they fumbled. So, like you were saying, it's pretty much a must kind of score.
We got a different quarterback in here on 4th and 9. Trips again to the far side. 3-by-1 set. Single coverage down low, man in motion. So it'll be 2-by-2 now. Quarterback wants it. He's got it. Good protection. He steps up and lets this go. And he just absolutely hit the X button on that one. And there was nobody in the vicinity of that pass. And with 1:11 to go in the first half, St. Pete cannot get a first down, and Rockledge will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42, and look out now.
Yeah, maybe they were thinking a little, kind of like an arm punt maybe, like a Hail Mary situation, give your guy a chance. But
yeah, if they intercept it, it's as good as a punt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there was nobody there from St. Pete. I mean, he overthrew Rockledge. That's a hell of an arm on that kid, though.
Yeah, that's why they put him in there.
Yeah.
Just for that. You got to be very careful here. Rockledge starting at their own 42-yard line. So,
is this simultaneously going on YouTube as well? Yes. Unbelievable we're able to do this. I hate the fact St. Pete got away from what they were doing successfully. 1st and 10. Roll in motion. Silverzon lets it go. He's open. Wide open, caught. This could be a Rockledge touchdown. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, and great job by Silverzon to realize that there's no deep safety, and you can lead your guy to the middle of the field. You don't got to throw it 40, 50 yards down the field. If you throw it to the middle of the field, nobody else is there. So it's just too easy right now for these Raiders.
Keith Hamilton, the third. That is a 64-yard touchdown or 54-yard touchdown. And with 58 seconds to go, Silverzon flashes that arm, and it's 26-7.
And that run game by Corbin just opened that up. Because like I said, there's no deep safety. It's one-on-one, and they know they had a mismatch, and they just threw it up there.
Number 6, Rockledge. Nice catch.
We're going to talk in the second half about the future of these young men.
Yeah.
And, we might be able to stir up a little conversation on this. Wide open. Silverzon put it right, and he knows it. Right on the chest there.
You got to start the push-ups right there
in
the back of the end
zone.
Look,
that's all right, young man. You're going to get 1,000 more of those in your high school career coming up. That was Keith Hamilton, the third there. But Hamilton, the third, with the 56-yard touchdown from Silverzon. And I'll tell you what, if Troy Silverzon is indeed going to attend Rockledge High School, they've got their quarterback in the future.
They will be a problem, and they will be back to what they
right.
And that's just an unstoppable force, especially with him and Corbin teaming up there, and they would transform that backfield to a whole other level.
Yeah. You're a Rockledge alum. You can mention whatever you want.
As great as this performance is right now, Rockledge is still down another key piece in Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, they don't have Elijah Mitchell either.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, he broke his leg.
Right.
Eli broke his leg.
So can you imagine what David
having him out here would do? Right. It's a good football team. Listen, so is St. Pete. I ain't taking anything away from St. Pete, but sometimes, you just have one of those teams. And that Rockledge 14U team is it. St. Pete showed it in their other two games, right, as an organization.
Yeah, Rockledge just kind of has that swagger to them that they can't be stopped, really, on the offensive side of the ball.
And that time they said, yes, we absolutely will hand the football to Corbin 75% of the time. But guess what? If we got to throw it down the field on you, we can do that too. That was a beautiful pass. And Silverzon will look to kick, and it's 58 seconds. That took all of 11 seconds to do.
Yeah, now, unfortunately, that it's going to be...
He just kicks it out of bounds.
St. Pete's is going to run out of time here to run that offense that they want to run.
Yeah, unless they got Silvers on the and they do have a young man with an arm, so maybe they'll try and throw one deep here. Rockledge has got to be careful in the secondary.
Yeah.
We got a flag down. It's offsides or too many men on the field on Rock. This used to be an old racetrack, Chase. I don't know if you can see the banks over there. Kind of show those banks, Caleb, a little bit as they sort this out. But this was an old, I guess, what is this, a half-mile or a quarter-mile track around. You can kind of see the walls.
Yeah, Caleb told me that earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Home of Bethune-Cookman.
Nice stadium.
Yeah, I like coming up here, man. I really do. The stadium is great. The hospitality. I love the MFFCC, and they always take very good care of us.
And the field looks great, too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Last time a Brevard County high school football team won on this field, it was Cocoa 4 years ago. Year before the pandemic. And Silver's on this time. Looks like he might keep it in, and he does. Ball picked up at the 22. Nice block. I don't know what the flag's for.
I think they're going to get him with a block in the back.
There's 3 more flags. Get your Tide stick because there's a lot of laundry on the field. .47 seconds. Now, I'm curious as to what that far side flag is for. I didn't see a block in the back.
That's the only thing that I could really think of. I didn't really see one either, but that would be the only one that kind of made sense, or a holding.
Yeah, I'm not sure here. Let's see. Or unless he called a crackback. Personal foul. Hit to the head. Oh, he called a hit to the head on that block.
Okay. When you're blocking on kickoff return, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
it's different when you're a defender targeting a ball carrier, but when you're blocking, that's a tough call to make.
Yeah. So St. Pete with 47 seconds to go in the first half trails 26-7. Their situation on the kickoff no better thanks to the questionable hit to the head penalty, and then it'll be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And it looks like we're going to get, let's see, is this going to be green or is this going to be?
They got to protect the ball here.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's green at quarterback. Yeah, you got to be careful here. I don't even know that I would do a shotgun here.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd throw a deep ball because you saw the ability to score in 11 seconds. If you get them field position at the 40-yard line,
yeah,
on an interception, it's just.
Then your clock is running.
Yeah.
Green with the snap. He's going to let it fly, and that was nearly intercepted by Xavier Corbin.
Oh, it went right through his hands almost.
Well, Corbin ran into the intended receiver there and knocked him down, and he is not feeling good on that hit. Corbin catches that. That's 6.
Yep. And that's exactly what the risk of throwing it, is it really worth it? You can just run it 42 seconds and try to get to half and try to game plan a little bit more before you go down another score.
Yeah, that didn't take any time at all. There's a flag down on the far side of the field, too. So let's check that.
The fact that they didn't blow it dead makes me think it might be encroachment.
Yeah, it could be, too. Encroachment. I still shake my head at that one.
Why?
Well, I guess encroachment. Explain the difference between encroachment and offsides.
Well, encroachment is you're encroaching somebody, and offsides, you're offsides.
That absolutely does not help me at all.
I genuinely thought encroachment was I put a hand on you was the encroachment.
Okay.
Offsides was just you were in the neutral zone.
Oh, yeah.
That's That's what
Okay.
There you go.
I genuinely thought it was.
Yeah, well, either of you have cleared this up no further for me, but thank you for trying.
I hear it on the TV, so that's what
Yeah,
I think.
you see, you're just repeating what you hear. Today's youth. They declined the penalty, by the way. It was against St. Pete.
Well, we're told, listen to our elders, do we not?
Yeah, yes, you are told. Listen to your elders. Shut up. Work the camera. 2nd and 10. 42 seconds. There it is. Almost a dangerous snap, and he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. And that's going to be 3 Raiders in there, but the sack will go get credited to Zeke Blanchfield. Number 24 was first on the scene. And I don't know why the clock is stopped, because I cannot imagine St. Pete would have taken a timeout.
Yeah, only Rockledge would probably
Yeah.
take time out, but now that I think they got it running now.
Yeah, 16, 15 seconds to go. They may not get another play off here, and they may just head to the locker room.
Not after that high snap. I'm not running another play.
Yeah, I don't think I am either. And that's going to take us to the end of the first half with your score. The Rockledge Raiders 26, the St. Pete Little Devils 7. We'll be back with the start of the third quarter in 10 minutes here on BSN. Second half kickoff set to come here. The Rockledge Raiders lead St. Pete Little Devils 26-7. This is an onside kick, and that's a heck of a job recovering that. Did it go 10?
It looked like it went 10. They kicked it off from the 40.
The problem is they weren't set or were offsides. Flag flew.
Yeah, they're going to say offsides.
Yeah. So.
The kicker's trying to say, no, I made it go 10 yards.
They caught Rockledge sleeping for sure. They were not ready for that one. Kicked it right in the middle of the field, and good job by St. Pete just to fall on it.
Pat McAfee.
The old Pat McAfee, that's right. Here they go. Now they'll kick off from the 35, and that's just what Rockledge needs is better field position. And here we go. I think they need to just kick this one deep, or as deep as he can, and that's exactly what he does here. That's a good kick, but it's going to go out of bounds at the 30, and Rockledge will get the ball at the 40. So, Chase, let's break down the first half. Xavier Corbin.
Xavier Corbin, yeah. And he opens up so many aspects of this Rockledge offense. It takes two, three carries for him to get in the end zone from the 50-yard line, and it's pretty incredible. And he's met in the backfield both times that we've seen him run for a touchdown. He doesn't even start. He just stops, and then he goes, and he runs past everybody, and he's so slippery the way that he breaks tackles. And credit to the Rockledge defense as well. They're putting up just as fight as much as their offense is.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And they're running all over the field as well.
That is a great point. And Silver's on with that beautiful touchdown pass as well to Keith Hamilton. And they'll start first and 10 at their own 39. And this is Corbin who breaks another tackle. Another tackle, cuts back again. And I mean, he picked up 15 yards there. Did it look like it to you?
And he tripped up on himself. He didn't even get really tackled.
Yeah, I mean, it was the U on the BCU that got him. And, I'm sorry. No, he didn't. He picked up 6 yards. Where were the sticks at on that?
Yeah, I don't think they were completely.
Yeah, they weren't completely set. I was like, it didn't even look like he picked up 15 yards. You know why? Because he didn't.
He ran about 20 yards.
Right, he
trying
picked
to get
up
away.
5. All right, now we're set. 2nd and 5 here. Doubles to each side. Silver's on, looking, throws, and kind of underthrew that one under pressure a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. You don't want to turn it over. This could still be a ball game. You want to put this away with a score here and feel comfortable with one more score at least.
You score here, what would it make it? It would make, if they get the extra point, it would be 33-7.
Be a 4-point game.
Yeah, so still wouldn't be a running clock. They would need.
But it would still make it much more comfortable.
Yeah, it would definitely make it much more comfortable. 2-by-2 set, doubles each side. Corbin to the left of Silverzon. And the man in motion. A little counter to, oh my goodness. He could be gone. He is at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rockledge. And 1 minute into the third quarter, a 51-yard touchdown run by Xavier Corbin. And it's 32-7, Chase.
Yep. And I like to credit the offensive line on that one. He didn't get touched until about 15 yards into his run, and then he broke the tackle and ran all the way. So credit to the offensive line clearing that big gaping hole, and Corbin just took off, put on the burners, and didn't look back.
There are probably, let's see, I know if I were a college football coach, I'd be standing in the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and it's not some team. This is the Super Bowl here.
Right.
So they're not playing against just some random team.
Throws and, this could be returned for 2, huh? And Silverzon makes the tackle on the interception there. It'll stay 32-7. That took all of 4 plays. Yeah, my coach used to tell me, Slaughterzinski, you throw an interception, boy, you better be the one making the tackle. And Silverzon right there does just that following the pick on the conversion. But, yeah, I mean, the acceleration is sick.
It's really like something you only see at that next level. It's that next level type of speed. And I'm talking about like he's in high school. This is youth football. He's at the next level from high school, that acceleration. It's just different.
There are 18 Brevard County high school football teams. 16 of them play 11-man football. 2 of them play 8-man football. He could start right now for 15 of those teams, 14 of those teams.
And you could make an argument at any team.
Yes, you could.
Really could.
And Silver's on. We'll put this one in the third row. And St. Pete will start at the 40 again. Goodness gracious.
Someone's telling Jay Sean he might just be better.
Yeah, somebody said, Jay Sean Corbin, I think that boy better than you. Somebody said, that shit like for real, it ain't the team we can't stop, it's him. Yeah. Get in line. But no, you're right, Chase. That last one, a lot of credit does go to the offense because he wasn't touched. He wasn't touched. Unbelievable. And if you're St. Pete here, you
you gotta throw.
Yeah, he got you now. You're throwing the ball, that's for sure. Or you just run it and try to keep him off the field. Nice move. Look at that move by Green. A little stiff arm, little side turn. Nice run by that young man. Picks up 9, 2nd and 1.
And we haven't seen that since the first play of the game. I'm surprised we haven't seen that.
Yeah, I agree. Heck of a run there.
Jay Sean just responded.
He said he's right. Jay Sean's right. Got to see it in high school. And I tell you what, it's going to be a fun 4 years.
He's just going to get better, too.
Who knows, man? Maybe one of these days we'll actually be allowed to broadcast the high school game. 2nd and 1. And look at this run. And that's looks like Corbin could play a little defense, too, there. He saves a touchdown on that tackle. That's a heck of a run.
Yeah, and they're putting together a little run there. I think Rockledge is playing a little soft. They're expecting the pass, so I think that's why they're getting these good runs off here.
So now it's 1st and 10 at the Rockledge 44. Good drive here by St. Pete. 7:45 to play in the third. 32-7 Raiders on top. Green throws. That's a flag. How is that not a flag?
That's a perfectly timed. Perfectly timed.
It is, but he hit him in the head. That's my point. And if you're going to call a hit to the head on a block, on a kickoff, how do you not call that? Look, I like the hit. That's old school football to me. But
it's the arms to the neck area, I think, which really did it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be a little upset if I was on the sidelines, on the St. Pete sidelines. 2nd and 10. And they have gone to an instant replay call in the booth for a targeting call. No, I'm kidding. Timeout on the field. 7:33 to go. See that racetrack right there in the distance?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
See it?
Yep.
Daytona International Speedway off in the distance there.
And I'm looking at Corbin on the roster. He's 13.
I know, right?
13.
He'll be back next year.
Oh, my God.
Right? Back next year. You know what I love about this? Look, Caleb, take that camera over there in that parking lot. See where those kids are playing football? That's some of the members of the St. Pete flag team over there. And not only, they've been playing football all day long. All day. And I love that. I just think that's great. 2nd and 10. Good snap. Throw. Oh, look at this. That is a great throw.
Great defense.
Wow. What an arm on. He threw that ball from his own 47 and got that all the way down to the 10, Chase.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And just too bad, just better defense. I mean, it sucks, but the receiver just kind of didn't come back for the ball, just kind of kept running. If you see that ball die down, you kind of got to attack it, especially in the position you're at right now. And you can even draw a pass interference off that a lot of the time. So.
Yeah. I think, you know what, I think the issue there was that thing hung up in the air too long for PI, but you're right. 3rd down and 10. And that was impressive. It was an impressive throw. And as a receiver, you got to fight for that.
Mm-hmm. He just kind of died off and kept running a little bit.
Yeah. 3rd and 10 here. I would think 4-down territory for St. Pete from this point on the rest of the game. Green. Blitz, in trouble, gets outside, looks, throws, fires. He overshot him that time.
I mean, that's off base, though. He's throwing cross-body, feet sideways, and he's still throwing it. That was a 40-yard throw. So.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was.
It was overthrown, but he's going to be a good quarterback for somebody. And just the arm talent alone and also the elusiveness in the pocket.
Where will these young men go to high school down there? I don't know.
There was talk of it in the chat.
Huh?
There was talk of it in the chat a while back.
Was it?
Yeah, because someone asked.
Anybody could tell us, let us know. 7:19, and this is 4th and 10 here for St. Pete. And Sanjay Green has done everything he can here to this point. He's got trips to the near side, a 3-by-1 set. Wants it, has it, and the blitz. Corbin with the ball. Xavier Corbin will get into the end zone. No, he won't. He'll be stopped at the 2. But Xavier Corbin on a scoop, a sack, a scoop, and a near score. And it's 1st and goal.
Hopefully he's all right down there. But how about the hustle by St. Pete player to stop him short of that goal line? Just what an effort by Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, he just came in, kind of threw him down. He lost the football. He picked it up. Incredible.
He's made some pass breakups today. He's been all over the field. Only thing he hasn't done is throw the ball.
And we still have 17 minutes and 6 seconds to play.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him throw a touchdown pass to Silvers on himself. And that is Corbin down. That's a dangerous tackle, too, because when you're running that fast and you get ankle tackled, a lot of times you get your foot caught in that turf. Let's hope the young man is okay. That's it may look simple, but generally that's what that injury is.
Yeah, especially when you're diving for the end zone.
Yeah.
You're leaving your ribs and all your stomach and all that stuff uncovered when you hit the ground hard.
That's a nice turf, but it's not soft hitting it at that speed. And now we did a game. I did Rockledge youth football earlier this year in which Corbin went down. Xavier went down a couple times in the game. And Jay-Sean jumped on and said he's got to toughen up. Jay-Sean himself said that. Said, he's got to toughen up a little bit. But I don't know the extent of this injury. I mean, Jay-Sean's as tough as they come.
Yeah, getting to the NFL, that's part of it. You gotta have the durability and the toughness.
And he's up, and that's a good sign. And he is not limping, and he grabs his helmet. He's limping a little bit, and he's trotting. Okay, so he's okay. But it'll be 1st and goal now for the Raiders. And you got 12 and 7 in there. So throws, and that's going to be a pass interference penalty, so it'll be half the distance. First and goal from the 1.5. So somebody sent me a text where they're putting together an all-star game in Brevard County. I want to know who's going to play this 14U team. Space Coast Panthers 14U. That was a great game last week. We saw Space Coast won it in the final play of the game. They trailed the entire game, didn't lead until they won it. Incredible comeback against West Tampa. And that's a good team, that 14U team. I would love to see them play this 14U Rockledge team.
Maybe one day. You never know.
Might be next month from what I'm hearing. First and goal from the 1. And it looks like the quarterback is going to be number 7. Jamal Crittenden. And he's going to have number 12 next to him. That's going to be Yusef Francis. And
taking some more time to discuss this play.
Yeah, Coach Virgil, Coach Alex, Coach Georgina, all over there. .7:03 to go, and a touchdown here makes it a running clock.
Yep. And it's just been tough sledding other than the first 2 drives for St. Pete.
Have you guys had a running clock yet?
Nope.
Well, you're about to get one. Look, and if you're St. Pete, right, I mean, you were 2 for 2 coming into this game, right? In the words of Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
The thing is that's going to hurt the most is this one's going to be a running clock. That one's going to hurt the most for them. And these are some of these guys last year's with this organization, so this one stings a little bit more.
I think I'm told that they're going to be okay moving forward the rest of the day. And under center is Jamal Crittenden here, and flags again. And that's going to be dead ball, offsides. I mean, you can't put the stick any closer.
Might as well just give him a touchdown.
Right, I mean, touchdown.
Sneeze and fall.
I don't know why they needed to call the entire offensive unit to the sideline. The ball is the nose of the ball is nearly on the goal line. As long as the Raiders don't fumble, they should punch this in. And that's Yusef Francis.
You might go the quarterback.
Yeah, Crittenden's going to get in. No, he's not. He's going to be stopped. In fact, he's going to lose 2 yards. And that's going to be another flag thrown. And this is against Rockledge. This will back them up 15 yards. And there's an injured player down. 6:53 to go.
Yeah, if this is against Rockledge, it's kind of a nightmare scenario. Another player down. Just had Corbin go down earlier. He seems to be okay, but
yeah, I think you're gonna. I don't know. Looks like a couple. Looks like you got some 2s in there. Who we got next?
We got Lakewood Spartans.
The Lakewood Spartans.
And the Ormond Beach Pride.
They didn't have to come far to play. Ormond Beach. And this young man is walking off on his own power. And We'll try to do this again. I don't know what the penalty was. The ball hasn't moved. Oh, two offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So we'll replay the down. It'll be second down.
Yeah.
Yep, now we're in the this will take forever stage.
Yeah. I mean, another huddle going on with
Yeah.
the referees and the players now.
And I think the white hat is issuing a warning as this game gets further and further away from being a close game. You're going to start to see chippiness. It's natural in 13 and 14-year-olds. St. Pete is not happy with this, and Rockledge is going to want to let them know they are well out in front at various times.
Rockledge is going back to the sideline.
LAKEWOOD Spartans are also out of St. Pete area.
Are they out of St. Pete? Okay. If you have logged on and want to know where that is, well, as much as I love the MFFCC, they are no different than any other league when it comes to Super Bowl days. It doesn't take long to get about 2 hours behind. We had a 45-minute delay earlier.
Now we got a 15-minute delay.
Now we got a 15-minute delay. He's going to tell him to wind the clock. That's what wind the arm means. It means start the clock. Start the clock. And the starting quarterback and running back are back in. Silver's on now under center with Corbin in the backfield. Quick pitch to Corbin, and he quick cuts, and I'm willing to bet that he is in for a touchdown. That's his fourth touchdown of the day.
Just not fair. Not fair at all.
They had him stopped. And with 6:21 to play, it's 38-7.
The way that he just stops on a dime in the strength, it kind of reminds me of his older brother's teammate, kind of like a Saquon Barkley. The way that he stops and the way that he can accelerate with a lot of leg strength and power to dive for that end zone.
Did you say Saquon Barkley?
Yep.
I can tell you're a young guy. Cause
That's just watching now.
No, I know. I'm going to give you a comparison here that, I don't know. I might. I'll shut up. They're going to run for it. Because I've seen 2 or 3 backs in my day. I'm 53 years old.
Go
Here's
for
the
it.
point after trial. I am going to go for it. Oh, nice little fake by Silver's on, but they're going to be stopped just short. No good. And with 6:21 to go, it's 38-7. I've seen a lot of great running backs in the NFL. Now, I'm going to talk about football aspect of this only. I've seen a lot of guys that can stop, cut, spin, turn. Barry Sanders, one of them. But Corbin doesn't remind me of Barry Sanders because he's bigger. Sanders is a small guy. O.J. Simpson, when he ran the football back in the day, O.J. Simpson would do things like stop in the hole, like we saw Corbin do at the 50-yard line there, and take. I mean, he was a thing of beauty to watch on the football field. He really was. And then you get into some bigger backs, you know, more modern day backs. You know, he's got size, and you stop and think, well, what backs have that size and that type of the moves? It's hard to find a lot of them that do.
It's very rare. That size alone is going to get him scouted instantly.
But strictly from a football standpoint, O.J. Simpson was one of the best I ever saw run the ball, ever. And I saw him play as a little kid at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, and he gouged a pretty good Colt defense that day. I went for like 220 yards. And the Bills didn't even win the game. And this ball will bounce out of bounds, and St. Pete will get it at the 40.
This is a very slow-moving third quarter.
Yes.
6 minutes.
This has taken as long to play the third quarter as it took the long to play. I don't understand isn't it 28 points in the MFFCC?
That's what I thought.
28-7 is 35. 38-7. The clock should be running.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize the clock wasn't running.
Yeah.
But still time.
Keep your eye on the comments. It might be 35 in the Super Bowl.
Let's go, St. Pete. Still hard for the West. We gotta see what's gonna happen.
Emmett Smith was a small guy, so.
But he was a powerful guy, though.
Yeah,
too.
but I don't like the comparison to somebody like that. I don't like this comparison to the small back. He's got size. He throws. That's intercepted. What an interception. Did you see that interception?
Running full speed, and the concentration to tip it to yourself and hang on is just that was a great play.
That was Crittenden on that interception. And he caught that kind of spinning around. That was a beautiful pick. And here comes Rockledge. And if it's not a running clock now, it could be in a couple of plays.
Yeah, just the body control on that interception is just kind of like an elite aspect to a player that you don't see too often. I'm trying to think of big backs that move as fast as he can. I can't think of.
I can't either. I'm sitting here going through my mind, and I can't do it.
Somebody said in the comments maybe like a Earl Campbell. I didn't see much of Earl Campbell. So
Oh yeah, Earl Campbell's a good. But Earl Campbell was powerful and fast, but Campbell couldn't cut. He would just run you over, flat run you over.
How about a Bo Jackson?
That's a good comparison. Bo Jackson could cut, and yeah. 1st and 10 at the St. Pete. Crittenden in trouble. He works his way out of it, and he gets rid of it. Wide open, caught. What a throw, what a catch. And this, cut back again. This, what a play.
Oh, my God.
What a play. Crittenden to Xavier Floyd. 1st and goal at the 5. Unreal.
And that is that's their backup quarterback, spinning, throwing on the run, opposite arm side, and hitting a guy in stride 15 yards down the field.
And the guy that catches the football avoids and cuts. Yeah. Great play. 1st and 10. 1st and goal at the 4. And the Raiders knocking on the door again. Crittenden and Youssef in the backfield. Francis Jr. to the right, and he throws. Now, that's on the receiver.
Yeah, I thought that was a good-looking ball.
That was a good-looking throw right there. He put that where only Floyd could get it, but Floyd turned and stopped. So that is why that didn't get completed.
I thought that
and
was
that's
a
what
touchdown.
Alex Goins is telling him right now. You cannot stop.
I for sure thought that was a touchdown.
I did too. Should have been. But I'm going to say this to Xavier Floyd's credit. In his defense, he just ran 25 yards zigzagging all over the field. So I'm sure he's a little winded on that play.
Yep.
Coach Alex ain't gonna take that though.
Yeah, Coach Alex ain't gonna take that as an
Now
excuse.
he's going to play off, so.
Yeah. Youssef Francis Jr. to the right of Crittenden. Keep your eye on the slot receiver, number 14. Number 4 in motion. They give to Francis. Francis will be stacked up at the 3, forward progress to the 2, and they're going to call a face mask, and this will be a half the distance penalty on the face mask.
I think there might have been a little hand fighting after. I don't know.
See what the white hat says here. They're going to call this on Rockledge somehow. They threw that flag on Yusef Francis Jr. What'd they call?
I didn't even see the signal.
They call an illegal push, I think, on that. He did like this, like a sideline warning, but I don't know what that call is.
Wait, it's 38.
I forget how it's worded, but is there a penalty where if you excessive?
Yeah, I mean, aiding or pushing the runner. I didn't even know you could get that penalty anymore with the tush push.
That's a penalty?
I guess. That's what he called.
Some youth leagues do it because they don't want to see kids get injured.
Crennington, he's got to run now. Can't throw it. Still on his feet. And he's still on his feet. 3rd and goal. It'll be now at the 5. That'll bring up 4:25 to play in the 3rd. Mark it at the 6, so 3rd and goal from the 6. And Jamal will come over and get the play. (38-7), Rockledge on top. Xavier Corbin with 4 touchdowns here today.
Yeah, and making an impact on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Unbelievable.
Sack and a fumble recovery. Couple pass breakups just all over the field.
Snap wasn't expecting a snap. Crennington cuts inside. He'll be stopped. 4th and goal. At least the clock's still going.
They got to get in the end zone here, right?
You would think.
But this is their two squad.
Well, not anymore on 4th down. Here comes Corbin. All right, so it's going to be Crennington and Corbin now as Yusef Francis Jr. exits. And I would imagine this will be a pitch to Corbin. I'm not a rocket scientist, nor am I a card reader, but Corbin's in the backfield on 4th and goal from the 4. The give is to Corbin. He will break one tackle, and yeah, touchdown. Xavier Corbin. They had him stopped at the 3. And with 2:35 to go,
he had his arms wrapped around his waist.
He did. He carried him a yard before he just kind of shimmied him off. And Corbin is slow to get up, and he gets up, and it's going to be 44-7 with 2:35 to go.
That stiff arm was gross.
It was unique looking for 14.
Pure man strength. That was like 40-year-old man strength.
Hey, it could be 53-year-old man strength too. As soon as this extra point is over, the clock should run. Jamal throws. Caught underneath. It's good. What a throw. What a catch.
I think the intended receiver was actually the running back coming out of the backfield.
And catching that ball was Keith Hamilton. And Hamilton makes it 45-7 Rockledge. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
All right, and now the clock is officially like a track meet, running. Nice little kickoff. Picked up and found a seam. He could go. He's got one man to beat. Kicker slows him down. Silverzon slows him down just enough to get tackled from behind. Chase.
Yeah, Thomas Nash, third, was the one who made the touchdown saving tackle for Rockledge. But I like the fight out of St. Pete. They're not giving up, and you can't blame them. Obviously, Super Bowl, biggest it can get right now for them. So just got to keep fighting as much as you can.
Yeah, and look, you know, it's been said in the chat. Look, St. Pete, heck of a good program.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had 4 teams playing today. I believe they have.
Yeah, they got another one.
They got
today.
Yeah. So that's a total of 4 that are playing today. And you know, they have one program playing tomorrow in Division II.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how many players there are in this organization that are.
There's a handoff, and look at that. Touchdown, St. Pete Lil Devils.
Wow, and another nice run there, and I can't catch a number on that.
I can't either, not even through the camera. You do have a pair of binoculars over there, though.
Book check. Team, book check. LAKEWOOD SPARTANS versus
I still can't tell. I'm still struggling. But it was a good run, Evan, stiff-armed, and got right off him. So I believe it's 4, number 4.
Well, okay, I don't have a roster over here.
Yeah, that's Trayvon Davis. And Davis made a couple of explosive runs today already. So Davis has been a bright spot for them, as long with their quarterback. And
kick is up and good. So that's 2 points.
the scoreboard says 62-45, and that is not right.
No, somebody done messed up that scoreboard.
So I believe will that stop the running clock?
No.
Because they already reached that point, right?
Well, once you reach, that's the one thing that's consistent about all these leagues. Once you reach the running clock,
Thank goodness.
Once the running clock is initiated, it does not stop except for injuries or coaches' timeouts.
Okay. And the losing team, right, has to take the timeout.
That's where you start getting discrepancy amongst leagues.
Okay.
There are some leagues in which the losing team can stop the timeout and the winning team cannot. I think Pop Warner's that way. Pop Warner's the way the winning team cannot stop a running clock. And I can't remember if it's ACYAA or if it's MFFCC. Trying to remember all these acronyms and stuff, it's tough. All right, there's 4 different leagues. We have teams in 4 different leagues here in Brevard County, and that's why you've heard me today. I'm sure those of you from St. Pete have been watching, saying, and so some of them are probably like, well, guy, get the rules right. Well, I cover 4 different leagues throughout the entire season, so sometimes it's hard to remember which rule applies to which league and which rule does not apply to that league. Between, again, Pop Warner, ACYAA, MFYC, and now the MFFCC.
So I think there was a penalty on St. Pete, backs up the kickoffs to the 25. So Rockledge is most likely going to end up with good field position here.
And they tried the Pat McAfee again, and
not 10 yards. Went 8.5.
Pat McAfee telling the story of how when he did it and why he did it. is one of the most hysterical things you'll listen to. His coach told him it would never happen. It would never be something he would run across. And he says, "Coach, but if it happens, can I?" Coach is like, "Fine, whatever." So he called his shot, but his coach told him, "You better recover it."
Yeah.
And he thought he was going to get killed.
It was offsides on St. Pete, so it brings it back 5 more yards, so 20.
And just fall on it.
Oh, he stole that away.
And St. Pete with the football.
Yeah, look.
Yes. Rockledge football. 8 minutes and counting.
Yeah, and you can understand the frustration by St. Pete. Yep. Yep, it's the right call.
Well, and the coaches don't either. The coaches coming out on the field asking, how come it's not their football?
Yep, you see their guy coming out of the pile with it. You think it's theirs, but Rockledge landed on it, and then he stole it away from him while he was already on the ground. So. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'd like to thank everyone who's been watching with us today on the Facebook and the YouTube page. Stick with us as we still got 2 more games today. And I'll be with you all day tomorrow right here back on these same 2 pages. There's a little counter there. Trying to avoid his own man and the defense. That's a fumble and recovered by St. Pete.
And St. Pete's going to say, ball does not lie. That's exactly what they're saying over there on their sideline. These are like you said, these are the 2s of Rockledge out there right now. And if they were to put their 1s out there, I don't think this would be a question.
No, and I completely agree with that point. But however, I still like the fight that St. Pete is still giving. They're still trying to get ball and.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting the fact that. And that one got away, and
just didn't look in the snap all the way.
And that play kind of sums up what it was like for St. Pete. You have something good go your way, and then you take multiple steps back, and you run into just a mudslide of issues they've had today. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely expecting a much closer game coming into this one. I was. There's a beautiful pass. It's caught. And he'll get brought down from behind.
What a throw from that quarterback. He's been throwing darts all day long. Long balls, too, not just these little short intermediate passes.
That was a 47-yard pass and catch.
Yep.
Keith Hamilton with the touchdown-saving tackle.
Again, another Rockledge player down.
And, Hamilton, I think, got his arms arms landed on when making the tackle. I don't know what high school is going to pick him up, but He's going to make some coaches very happy.
Yeah, and I'm looking at both of these rosters. I'm seeing a lot of 13-year-old kids, and they'll be back next year, and they're just going to keep getting better and better.
So are you saying we could potentially see this great matchup again next year?
It's a possibility. It's a very good possibility.
You're right. Sorry. There's two matchups here. There's the Rockledge 2s versus St. Pete, and then there's Xavier Corbin versus St. Pete.
Yeah.
Picks it up, fires to the end zone, and
oh, that was a
no.
I mean, he threw that on a dart, and you only need 1 foot in it, and if he caught that, his foot was in there. That would have been a touchdown.
I'll say on top of that, he dropped the snap, picked it up, and stepped in one fluid motion like he wasn't even phased.
I mean, that's a just slinging it up there. The arm talent's there. That's a 20-plus yard pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing. He's not like some of these college quarterbacks where he's leaning all the way back. I mean, he's at elbows up, throwed, caught, and that's a touchdown. And you know what? That's a gutsy play, and I liked it.
Yeah, and that's Trayvon Davis again, his second score in the last 5 minutes here for St. Pete. And like you said, the mechanics on that kid is just great. The way he steps into the football and delivers a strike in stride to the receiver and the ability to get in the end zone.
Elbows up, the footwork, his feet are pointed where that ball is going. His hips are telling you where exactly that ball is going. For a 13, 14-year-old, that is absolutely – it's awesome to watch him throw the football. Kick is no good, but – hold up. Yeah.
They gave the score to Rockledge instead of St. Pete. But taking under about 2 minutes to go here, and again, like the fight, like you said, Caleb, the effort out of St. Pete is really it's great that they're showing this much effort late, but just too little, too late. That's a tough call, man.
I know. I don't know. You know. So. Yeah, look, I'll put myself in that equation. Trying to debate the player of the game is like deciding whether or not Caleb's going to eat a piece of chocolate. Does a bear go in the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Right.
Yep.
Honestly, if I'm Rockledge, I say you just take a couple penalties and just line up on the 50. Delay a game.
Yeah, but you always feel good when you run that victory formation. You run it at the end of practice or that walkthrough, whatever morning they did it.
You're right.
And that's the time when you you play around with your boys a little bit, celebrate. And this is what they've been imagining all week going up to this game, going in this victory formation here.
And I think the ref just sent him off saying, I'm not going to make y'all snap another.
And the new 14U champions this year.
So congratulations to the Rockledge Raiders on being the Division I 14U Super Bowl champions.
St. Pete runners-up for
And a big personal congratulations from all of us here at BSN and myself. I got my start in youth football with Alex Goins. He brought me on when OJ Juiceman Ross was playing for him. And I yep. And Xavier Corbin. All joking aside, he is that player of the game. I mean, 5 touchdowns, you can't disagree with that. Multiple pass deflections.
Strip sack.
The strip sack.
It's just the next level. He's got the it. He's got that it factor in him.
And look at that. There's the flag. Just like he did today, leading his troops to the end zone and leading them to that trophy case. And we're going to wrap it up here. Get ready for 10U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes, the Lakewood Spartans and the Ormond